You've got the major publishers, record labels, film distributors doing everything they can to stop internet distribution free. You've got independents saying, no, this is a great sense of exposure, this is a great way to get the Neal Adams who are standing in the lobby looking sad because they can't get a phone call, that kind of exposure. Where are you on this?
Generally what I do is I wait for something to become black and white, because I don't like to take sides. I don't believe in it. I don't think it's valid for somebody like myself to go in and negotiate. And I have volunteered to negotiate for the Kirby family. I discovered that the lawyer they had was not interested in negotiating, but playing hardball with the company, and so there was no real, it was a negotiation that was hard. There was no reason for me to be involved. And I get involved when things are black and white. Obviously, Jerry Siegel and Joe Shuster, the creators of Superman, were in a bad way and needed to be taken care of. Obviously, DC Comics cutting up original artwork is sinful and awful, and it had to be stopped. Obviously, it's terrible for artists and writers not to get royalties, so now they get royalties. Obviously, the printing process, that was the oldest printing process in the country. Relief printing was the wrong printing process for DC and Marvel Comics, so my studio introduced them to rotogravure and all the other printing processes. And by taking them to Canada, because that's the only place that was willing to bring their prices down. Because of why? Because they printed phone books. The reason that DC and Marvel Comics went to Canada was because those people were printing tons and tons and tons of phone books, and they could print cheap, only with good processes. All of those things are so black and white that there's no question. I could ask 10 people on the street, what's right and what's wrong, and they pretty much know. Should artists in our industry own rights? Artists and writers, yes. Should they not work for the major companies? Well, you know what? You work for the major companies so you can become a major artist. But the fact of the matter is that Josh is probably going to make more of a reputation on the internet. Every strip that he does is going to get 250,000 readers. Tell me how DC and Marvel is going to get 250,000 readers of a comic book. That's not going to happen. He's going to get better readership than DC and Marvel with their best books. So everything is changing, everything is evolving, everything is moving. It's gotten better, it'll get worse. Stuff happens. I was going to say shit happens.
What are 3 things that you never get tired of drawing?
Regis Philbin. Aquaman. I lied. I just want you to know I lied. Okay, Josh is going to tell you what 3 things he never gets tired of, but I think the first one on the list is Doctor Who. People ask me all the time, what's my favorite character to draw? I tell them, and I've told them at the table, so there's probably a couple people here who've heard this before, and I apologize to those people who've heard it before, but here you go. I hate all different characters that try to pretend to be better than the next characters, because I love all comic book characters equally. I know it's terrible to say. Whatever one I'm drawing, that's the one I like. I love to draw the characters. I love to draw them all. I don't have a favorite. Now, that's the truth, okay? I have a lie. It's a very good lie. It's better than that truth. Now, if you want me to, I can tell you the lie, which is way, way better than the truth. Now, if I tell you the lie, I have to tell you in advance, it's a lie. But some of you are even going to believe it, because it sounds so good. So I'm going to tell you the lie, right? And understand ahead of time, it's a lie. I really don't believe this. Okay. My favorite comic book character is Batman, because it's like drawing 2 characters, Batman and his cape. Isn't that great? It's a total lie. I couldn't care less. Next.
Hi, Neil.